the chat channel. Can you share that link on the chat channel as well, please? Yeah, will do. Not a problem. I will get that up and running for you. All of the PowerPoints as well, I will put at some point into the channel. I may, in fact, upload this PowerPoint as we're doing it straight away into what you guys need to see. So if I just quickly do that. Oh, for some reason it doesn't identify the PowerPoint, so I'll send you the link in a second. Okay, right. So guys, what does Wakelet allow you to do? All right, Wakelet is just like a number of different platforms out there, but it brings a lot of these things together. So whenever you've clicked favorites or bookmarks on a web browser, you've just put them there, you've put them in a folder, and you've probably never really encountered them again. So what this enables you to do is it allows you to save them in a space that you can access at a later stage. So the first thing it's simply a bookmarking thing for everything from YouTube to Twitter to Amazon pages. So it can be used not only for education, but for personal use, for planning a holiday, planning a shopping list, anything you like. So how can I get Wakelet? Well, Wakelet is an app. It's a platform. So you can go to wakelet.com and you can simply log in and you can use it via the website. You can also use it via an app that's put into your phone. And you can also use it on your app on your Google Play device as well. If you are like extensions on your browsers, gives you quick access, and I'll show you how that works. I have it now on Microsoft Edge. I'll show you how that looks later on, but you can also get it on Firefox and Chrome. Once you've bookmarked things, you may have a bunch of photographs there from your Roman holiday, but you want to put some text in there. You can add text, you can add PDFs, you can add a Flipgrid. So if you've had a Flipgrid session already, you can add Flipgrid into a Wakelet. Not only that, you can collaborate with students or with other staff members to create Wakelets. Now, this can be when you generate a new code, it will allow anyone to access it with that code. Once you want new students to use this, you can just click generate new code again, and the old code will no longer work, but the new one will. Once you've done this collection, you really want to share it. You can share it in a number of different ways, and I'll show you the ways there practically in which you can use it. So what can I actually do? So if you're on a device where you can take a screenshot, you might want to screenshot that. But again, I will put the presentations, I think are in the files section, and I will share those, a link to those later on. This is just some of the ways in which you can use Wakelet. So this is my page. So I will put that up there for you in the connection. And this is just some of the ways in which I've been using Wakelet. Now, when you use Wakelet, you are creating collections and you have a home space and a profile space. This is my profile space where a number of things are saved. So I'm just going to put that into the chat now so you guys can see and visit that later on via a link. Okay, there it is. It's just popping up. And you can see each of these are individual ones that we can be checking out. And we'll do that in a second. So I'm just going to zoom through these. You can see there's a lesson there. There's a trip that we did to York. I can save from Wikipedia. I can save from YouTube. I can save from anywhere. But a resource that I find is really helpful. But it can also be students' work. So if I take a photograph of it, I can upload it and share it with parents, or I can share it with other students and other staff members. So if you want to know more about Wakelet, a great way to catch on to Wakelet is using Twitter and social media and using these hashtags or searching for these hashtags to discover more. So I also have links to here for you guys if you want to take a screenshot of this, but I will put some of those links there. So if I can just copy that link. Nope, it's not letting me. I'll put that one into the chat as well. So this is just a digital copy of what I've already just quickly gone through with you guys, and a little bit more detail as well, so you can go through it at your own pace. So Wakelet OneDrive, hopefully that should work for you. I'm just putting it in there now. So again, reminder, download the app, loads of different ways to do that. If you've got your phone on you right now, you can take a quick QR code camera shot there and it will take you to either the Google Play Store or the download on the Apple Store. So I'll just leave that up and running for now. Okay. Have you got any questions so far before I take you on to the actual channel? Okay, no one's putting, anyone have their hands up? Nope, nope, we're all good, excellent. Okay guys, so I'm going to just bring up this code for you now. So if you go to the Microsoft Education Store, I'm just going to bring it up now. I'll bring it up again later. This is the code you need to be entering in to get a 30 minutes points on your Microsoft Education to say that you've learned something in regards to Wakelet and using Microsoft Edge. So that's the code. The website, if you just search for Microsoft Education Center, but the website's up there, and you guys can get credit for your CPD today. So I'm going to stop presenting this, and I'm going to share my screen with you in just a moment. Just share that, and I'm going to go with my desktop and just minimize you guys there for a second. Okay, so here I am in my Wakelet profile page. So the profile page is this one that's up here, and you have complete control over this. Once you make collections public, you can then start to do and edit them. When you decide to edit collections, it allows you to do these number of things. We can change the pictures, add in some additional detail, create sections to put your collections in. I'll explore that with you in just a bit more detail in a second. When I click new on mine, because I have the extension installed, it brings up this. So it takes me to all the collections I want to go to. So if I was to just quickly go to, say, a website here, and that activates there, I can click new here, and you can see that that's there. I can just move that across and add that to my collection. So that's another great way of using extensions. So please join me in the next session, and I'll explain a lot more about all of these extensions that I have up here. And that's just a really useful way to use Wakelet. But I could be surfing the internet, and I could just simply be on my phone or my device, and I can just simply share to Wakelet at any point. So what does it all look like? So if I click on wakelet.com here, it brings me now to my home page. So these are spaces which are brand new to Wakelet, which I'll go to if we have time. And my home page now has over 200 collections. So that's going to be a little bit hard in terms of organizing. So that's why they've come up with spaces over here. But this is a profile that is completely public. Let's start a brand new collection. Let's just do it that way. So let's just do a collection. I'm going to choose from the libraries, just do Unsplash. I'm just going to put in tech and got a picture of an XPS there, Dell XPS. And from that, I can decide whether I want to hide the entire cover, reduce it in half, or I can change it or reposition this if I wish. So I then have a title for this. So I'm just going to call this one test for digital ed. And from there, I can click plus. And when I click plus here, I have the option to paste a URL of any website that I'm visiting. So there's that pen that I was looking at earlier from HP. And I can just paste that in. Now, that will create a link for me so other people can click on it at a later date. Now, if this could be something that I'm sharing with other staff members, more appropriately would be something towards my subject in, say, in history. Now, I'm just going to click here on add text. Now, this enables you to add basic text, just taking a little while to save, unfortunately, at the moment. I had a feeling it might do this. But look at all the features that you can do. You can search within YouTube straight away. You can look at the tweets, and you can search with tweets. You can look at bookmarks. Those are things that you've already saved. So I have over 2,000 bookmarks. You can upload an image, or you can use the image from Unsplash. You can upload a PDF. Unfortunately, Google Drive does work perfectly, but with our OneDrive system that we have at the college, it does not work. It needs to be more open. So you use your personal OneDrive space if that is the case. I tend to not use these platforms. And right here at the edge, we also have a Flipgrid activity. So just waiting for that to save. I'll show you here what the other things you can do. So you want to make this collection public for everyone to see, unlisted or private. Everything is private straight away. Unlisted means it doesn't go into your profile page. If you put it into public, it will go into your profile page and it will stay at the bottom of your profile page until you organize it and put it into one of those groups from earlier on. So we've got a little option up here and we can now add a background image from this. So I'm just going to randomly pick the first one that's appeared, go back to that options. I can now have this collection for copying. One more, and now can add contributors. So I can allow other people to collaborate with this project with me by sharing an invite code. So if I click on invite, this allows me to search for people who are part of my Wakelet community, or better yet, generate an invite code and a link that can be sent to them. Now, for some reason, my internet has gone super slow. And that's one of the ways in which it always happens in a meeting, but that's one of the things that you can do. I'm going to click done for now. And as you can see, that presentation didn't have the opportunity to save. So I'm quickly going to transition over to a different section for you guys, a different PowerPoint that I've set up already, just in case my internet went down. Okay, it went a little slower, so my apologies for that. So I'm going to stop sharing. And I'm going to upload now another presentation on how I use Wakelet. So just taking a second for it to come up. It's amazing. I've had fantastic internet all this time. I hope you guys can still hear me. I don't have any hands raised or any more comments in the chat. And it looks as though I've got 10 of you now. So yeah. Lo and behold, this was bound to happen. So normally, if it doesn't allow me to share, it allows me to do a better job through this. So I'm going to just close now my devices and see if that's going to help me a little with the speed. So I do apologize. It was all set up and ready. All right, we'll just give it a few more moments. Okay. I'm going to just quickly see if I can share my files with you on this subject here. It's uploaded. And can't display content. So, all right, let's try one more time. Academic use of Wakelet. Upload that file. It's just a basic PowerPoint. See if it will load up for us in a second. So my apologies for this, guys. Thank you, Mara, for putting it in the chat. Appreciate it. Again, guys, if you want to spend just a few moments, go to the Microsoft Education Center and actually put that code in. That would make give me a little bit of time to play catch up on this one. I'm just going to copy that link in there for you. Again, the code is up there at the top. So this is the website you guys might want to visit and put in that code there. And for some unknown reason, does not want to work. Okay, let me just go back into Teams and see if I can bring up the files via the Teams. Okay, open in desktop app. No, it's having a problem with that one. Okay, so that was the intro. Academic use. Yeah, that one's loading on my desktop, so hopefully I'll be able to share that with you in just a second. Okay. All right, guys, can you see that?
Yeah.
And yeah, is that a yes?
Yeah.
Wonderful, thank you so much. Slight panic there, panic over. I always have a backup plan. Looks like that's my third backup plan now. So I'm going to present this. I love doing presentation mode while you're doing this. It doesn't always, I don't think it actually makes sense to do that, but never mind. So put this into presentation. So there's the website, and that's the code again, guys. Please do put the code in. So here are some of the examples that I've been using. I'm going to zoom through this because this took me over half an hour to present this last time, and I have just 14 minutes to do it this time. So this was a basic PowerPoint that I have when I teach in a history lesson on the rise of Hitler and dictatorship. So what I've decided to do is simply export this into JPEGs, so it's something that I can use and create. Now, the reason why I put this as an unlisted collection is because I only want my students accessing this, not other students, or having general public access. So I use a combination of those text from the PowerPoint and images from the PowerPoint and video links to create an interactive kind of lesson using a similar format and a layout to, say, Canvas, for example. Now, if you get really interested in using Wakelet, you can actually import a Wakelet into Canvas. So you can build all of your resources into Wakelet, and they're your resources. And you can just put them as a guest, if you like, or embed them into Canvas for those people who use that LMS platform. So here's a simple thing. I'd click on this and show a video, and hopefully it would work. But if it's embedded, it just simply exists there. And because I'm in media view, if I click play on this, it will simply show the video within the Wakelet. So the students don't go out to YouTube and they're no longer distracted. And that's one of the things that tends to happen when you give them a link. So if it's not large enough and you want to use this for a presentation, you can always go in and zoom on this. And one of the other things that you can see here is that students at the very top, it says save, share, copy. So they can save this and come back to it. They can also save individual items that are in a collection. So whether that be a diagram, a piece of text, or a video, so they can save it into their collections. So they can have all the videos that I've used within a topic in their own collection for revision purposes later on. Now, great thing about Wakelet is that it has immersive reader built in. So if you can see here, probably with this yellow arrow, a little tiny button indicator of immersive reader. And this is one of the things it enables you to do. You can change the background, you can change the language, you can change the line focus, you can change the font type. There's so much in immersive reader, and that's probably more for an accessibility workshop that you might do, but it's well worth checking out both in Wakelet and in Microsoft Edge. It's built in. Now you can actually put a Wakelet inside a Wakelet, so you can have a Wakelet invite code asking students to give feedback for a particular session or for an activity, and they don't need to have a Wakelet membership or logged in. They can just use this code and they can upload an image, they can write text, they can give a Flipgrid response. It doesn't matter, it's there, and then you can close that down so no one else can be invited to it, and you've got a permanent record for your use. So this is what the feedback form would look like. It's something short and simple, and those are all the options that are available. Now, I took this same lesson and actually made it as a primer activity to say somebody I wanted to do a homework with. So there is also that beta mode that's built in. So this gives you a really clean interface if there's lots of text, so you don't get any more distractions. And from this read mode, you can also jump straight to the immersive reader or go to the original article. So if I show you the original article, it's really busy, full of clutter, and there's the nice clean version as well. So you can also create a recap activity. So you can give a short task for students to watch 2 videos and maybe give a response on Wakelet, or type up a response and email you, or use it in a Teams assignment. You can embed these into Teams and you can put them as team assignments and on the Teams pages as well, on the tabs, I should say. Now, if you have, you can see here, I've contributed, that's my name there at the bottom. This is from my other account. I put 2 accounts up on Wakelet. So I've uploaded a PDF that I thought was useful. Another member of staff has actually uploaded another video that they found useful on this topic, on the rise of Hitler. So there's already a few people who have added to this. So all the different ways in which you can share, you can see there's Google Classroom, there's Microsoft Teams, there's Twitter, there's Remind, there's Reddit, there's Facebook, there's QR codes, there's a shortened URL, and you can also embed your collections. So we talked earlier about the code, and that's what it would look like. You can click on the QR code to make it larger so they can scan it from the front of the classroom as they walk in. You can also send them the copy link via email or any other medium you guys have chosen to use. So what does that mean? Does that mean that we get all these students who are contributing, who are terrible, not doing a great job? Maybe. You can simply just remove them by managing your contributors when you go to your collaboration within your collection. Now, if you think there's too much of that, just generate a new code and it will block them all. Okay, and you can also cancel the invite as well. So what are some of the Wakelets that I've created? You can see they can be on a wide range of topics, and they've made a bunch of useful links there for all of the good websites that we use as part of the tech partnership, including iTrent and all the others. They're all there within one of my collections, and also collections of podcasts, collections of GCSE topics that I've found. And this extension is just so useful because it brings this up immediately for me, and I can just simply create a brand new collection with all the open tabs that are available. And what are some of the uses? So there are, I'm sure some of you are already thinking of ways that you can use this. I use this to record my CPD. I use this to record as a personal diary. I use this to plan out my next holiday, hopefully when COVID's over. But I also use this to create website resources for students, recommended reading lists, a number of different activities you can use. I've even used this to set cover work because maybe they don't have access to PowerPoint, but if I send them a really simple basic code, it will be easy for me to do. So the journal on a trip, photography, introduce topics, create newsletters. There's primary schools across the country who are doing that right now. We also have a way in which you can connect to community members. Lesson plans can be put on this. I'm sharing that with the other teachers in my department right now. Saving all your PowerPoints and your PDFs, so you've got a place to go back to them later on. One of the ways that I really like to use this is with my tweets. So I'm going to exit this and move out of this one. Hopefully I'll stop sharing this one again, and I will share with you my back to the main screen. See if I can share with you one more time, guys, the my window. Let's have a look. Okay. No, I'm going to go back there. My apologies. I'm going to pause that. Stop that. I'm going to share my entire screen with you, I should say. So if I go back to my browser and I just go to my Twitter feed. Okay, so yeah, that's me, Teacher Stevo. Hopefully it's going to load up. I'll just get rid of a few more other ones here. So this is my personal profile, but if I go on my homepage there and I find something useful, something that I want to remember, something that's connected to school, there you go. We can see Elaine's talking there and having fun. So that's something I can just click on the W there because I've put that extension in, and I can say, yeah, I want to save that to a collection, save it to this untitled collection that we've got here. Click save, it's done. Now I could just simply save something, click there. I don't know which collection I'm going to put this into, so I can just click save to bookmark, and later on I can look at my bookmarks and find a good collection that I want to put it into. Or I can save it to Pocket for later on, but if I click on W here, I can create a brand new collection as well. So and just create a brand new collection name. So yeah, that's the benefit of becoming a Wakelet ambassador. They send you a nice t-shirt, but there's community members. It's really easy to become one of those, a community leader, and then an ambassador is the next step up. And that's just one of the benefits of having this put in there. So if I go quickly back to showing you, this is how it looks. Back to my Wakelet home. So these are all of the 200 collections that I have. Some of you can see, you can just move that collection to a new space that's over here, and you can just edit them as you like, and I can just simply share those with you. So I am going to find from here 5C. If I click on this, and this will have all of the videos and all of the details that are useful that I've gone over with you guys today, and a few more. I'm going to copy that link and I'm going to put it into the chat. So please do check that out, and it should answer any questions that you guys may have, or anything that you're not sure that I haven't covered in detail for you. Feel free to do so. So we've got a few minutes left. Feel free to ask any questions or leave the session as is, and I hope you found that useful.